Welcome into Steelers Talk. I am your host, Jack Sperry. Today we got a bunch of Steelers news and rumors to talk about on today's program. First up, we're going to be talking about Colin Cowherd and what he says that he's hearing about the Pittsburgh Steelers draft plans here in 2025. Then we'll get into Mike Tannenbaum's most recent mock draft here and an awful pick that he has for the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 21 overall. And then we'll finish up today's show with me telling you why you should have more hope for Broderick Jones playing left tackle than what he's been able to show in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform at right tackle in his first two seasons in the league. Before we get into the content today, make sure you guys share today's video either on your social media or with a friend that you think will get some benefit out of this video. It's word of mouth referrals like that really help us grow our channel and help us reach new people. So if there's people in your life that you think would really enjoy our content here at Steelers Talk, and if you just want to share it generally on your social media, you can click the share button below this video and send this to somebody they think might enjoy it. So we'll start here with Colin Cowherd, who went on his show today and said that he's been told that the Pittsburgh Steelers love Jalen Milroe, quarterback out of Alabama, and could take him as high as round 1 at pick number 21 overall. This is what Cowherd had to say today. I talked to an NFL exec last night, very well connected. I'm told the Steelers really like Jalen Milroe, 21st pick, first round. So if Aaron signs with Pittsburgh, talking about Aaron Rodgers, it's going to become Kirk Cousins. They're taking a quarterback. If the 21st pick, Milroe's not taken, Pittsburgh is leaning now and taking him. So listen, man, when it comes to Jalen Milroe, we've talked about him quite a bit on the show before. You guys know how I feel about him. I do think that he is Mike Tomlin's cup of tea. He is big. He is fast. He ran, depending on what time you believe, in the high 4.3s or the low 4.4s at his pro day. That is an elite time for a quarterback. He's got a rocket arm, and he's got some very impressive downfield throws on his film. Mike Tomlin likes guys that can run, and he likes guys with strong arms that can throw the ball down the field. He liked that in Justin Fields' game, and that's probably something that he really likes in Jalen Milroe's game as well. Now, I actually would prefer Jalen Milroe for the Pittsburgh Steelers if they sign Aaron Rodgers, all right? If it does end up happening here that the Steelers sign Aaron Rodgers, and that is still by far and away the most likely thing to happen, I think if you can get Jalen Milroe for the right price, I'm not taking him in round 1, but for the right price, I do think that he could be a really good developmental quarterback prospect behind Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph that can sit behind those two guys for at least 1 year, but probably 2 years, because I do think that he has quite a ways to go before he is ready to be a starting quarterback at the NFL level. He's got incredible size. He is a dynamic rusher of the football, and he's got some really nice arm talent with some superb arm strength and some really impressive throws down the field on his college tape there at Alabama. But, a lot of the nuances of the position are missing on his tape. Accuracy was an issue. Mental processing was a big issue. He is a one-read to run quarterback through and through. He's got awful pocket presence. Also, the anticipation is non-existent on his film. He's got smaller hands, which leads to a fumble issue. So that's certainly something to keep your eye on there with Jalen Milroe. I personally have a late day 2, early day 3 grade on him because he's got astronomical upside, but he's got a ways to go before he realizes that upside, and I think he's going to have to sit for at least 1, but probably 2 seasons before he's ready to take the field as an NFL starting quarterback. And because of that, I would much prefer to take Milroe on day 2, and I'll probably be pretty disappointed if the Pittsburgh Steelers end up taking Jalen Milroe in the first round, especially if they take him straight up at number 21 overall with not another pick slated for the Pittsburgh Steelers until number 83 overall, which is in the 3rd round, which is at the end of day 2. So that's a long ways to be waiting to pick another player if you're taking a guy that's not even going to be on the field for you in year 1, maybe not even in year 2, and then maybe not even in year 3. So a little bit of a reminder here, guys, that Pittsburgh and Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin, they have a very tight circle. And if information gets out, it's usually because they want it out there, and it's a bold-faced lie. All right, these two right here have been manipulating the media for so many seasons in a row. Remember back the year that they drafted Kenny Pickett, and all the reports were Mike Tomlin loves Malik Willis, and they were going to take him at their pick in the first round. Then Malik Willis was available, and they ended up going Kenny Pickett. Remember last year when they said no chance they were getting Russell Wilson, they were bringing in Mason Rudolph and sticking with Kenny Pickett. They end up bringing in Russell Wilson. This year, for the entire offseason leading up to free agency. They're not interested in Aaron Rodgers. Apparently, Mike Tomlin, that was his number one quarterback target. So these two right here do a really good job at hiding their cards and putting out fake information to the media to kind of drive narratives. And I think that there are other opportunities in round one to get a quarterback other than Jalen Milroe. If you want to go round one, I think Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, or Tyler Shuck would probably be the better option, just because I think that these three guys would be far more ready to play in an NFL game next season than Jalen Milroe would be, and they don't have to spend as much time as Milroe would to develop into a starting NFL quarterback. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comment section. Grade a potential pick of Jalen Milroe in round one. How would you feel if the Steelers drafted Jalen Milroe at number 21 overall? Give me an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F down there in the comment section. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. So in just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today at Fanatics. While I'm talking about Fanatics here, give me a grade for a potential Jalen Milroe pick for the Steelers in round one. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Fanatics. And right now, Fanatics is having a great opportunity for you guys to get a DK Metcalf Steelers jersey on their website right now. When you go to chatsports.com/DK, that link is in the comments and description of today's show. And when you click that link, guys, and you make a purchase, Fanatics sends us part of the proceeds, all right? So that helps us get new equipment. That helps us keep the lights on, pay rent, do all the things that we need to do here at Chat Sports to give you guys free NFL content every single day. So if you're already planning on getting a DK Metcalf jersey, this is a great opportunity for you to get one while also helping out our channel. So go to chatsports.com/DK right now to get your DK Metcalf officially licensed Steelers jersey in your closet today. So now we got another clown on our hands here as ESPN's Mike Tannenbaum, former Jets GM. I cannot believe this man is a former NFL GM, by the way. He has the Pittsburgh Steelers taking edge rusher Shemar Stewart in his latest mock draft. This is the reasoning that Mike Tannenbaum used, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Pittsburgh has two great edge rushers in TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, and the Toolsy Stewart could learn alongside them, giving the Steelers another option in the rotation. This is a classic traits over production pick. Stewart had 1.5 sacks last season, but his traits are great. And I agree with Mike Tannenbaum. He didn't have a great production last year at Texas A&M, and he does have great traits. But Mike Tannenbaum, you just told on yourself, dude, because you do not know who Nick Herbig is, all right? Nick Herbig is one of the best rotational edge rushers in all of football, and you don't even mention him in your reasoning for why you are having the Steelers take a freaking edge rusher when that's one of the only places on this roster where it makes absolutely zero sense to take a player at that position. They have TJ Watt, a perennial defensive player of the year, playing outside linebacker for them. Alex Highsmith, who's also making an astronomical amount of money, is one of the best number 2 edge rushers in all of football. Then this guy right here is one of the best rotational guys in the league. Why in the hell would the Pittsburgh Steelers be taking an edge rusher in round one, especially one in Shemar Stewart, who is not really ready to be the type of player that he could be? He's more of a projection type of player than somebody that's ready to help the Pittsburgh Steelers win now. He is somebody that only has a bull rush on his film. He relies way too much on his power rushing. And by the way, he has shed weight for the NFL draft this year, so we don't even know if he still has the power that he showed at Texas A&M. I think he's got bust written all over him, and Mike Tannenbaum thinks it's a good idea for the Pittsburgh Steelers to go out and draft this guy in round one over a defensive tackle, over a running back, over a nickel cornerback. It's just one of the worst mock draft picks I have ever seen in my entire life. Covering this football team, and I think that there is absolutely no way the Pittsburgh Steelers take an edge rusher in round one, especially one like Shemar Stewart that is not ready to help this team win football games in 2025 and beyond. So if you think, who do you think's the bigger idiot here? Do you think it's Colin Cowherd for thinking the Steelers will take Jalen Milroe in round one, or do you think it's Mike Tannenbaum for thinking they're going to take a freaking edge rusher? My vote goes to Tannenbaum here, guys, but let me know who's the bigger idiot? Down there in the comments section, type CC for Colin Cowherd or MT for Mike Tannenbaum. So we'll finish up today's show here with some reasons why I think people in this fan base should be more hopeful and more optimistic about Broderick Jones making the move over from right tackle to left tackle this season. Now, obviously, Broderick has not played great his first 2 seasons in the National Football League. In fact, He has sucked his first 2 years in the league. Let's be completely frank with each other. But he was playing at right tackle for a large majority of his snaps during those 2 seasons, and he is just simply not a right tackle. He never played there in his life before he came to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and all of a sudden he had to switch sides. Now he's going back to his more natural position at left tackle, and he was always drafted to be this team's future left tackle of the future. So he finally gets his opportunity this year to be the starting left tackle. And, to kind of show you that I think that he's going to play better at that spot, let's take a look back here to 2023 when he started his only start in the National Football League at left tackle versus the Baltimore Ravens in Week 5. Well, it was one of his best weeks as a starter as an NFL player. 74.8 overall grade. That's the second highest overall grade of his entire career. The run block grade was also very high at a 77.2. Pass block grade didn't quite get to 70, but that is still much higher than his career average, which is shown on the right. His career average, which most of the time has been at right tackle, by the way, 58.7 average grade. The run block grade is significantly lower as well, and same thing with the pass blocking grade. Now, obviously, that one-game sample size is a very small sample size, but I think it shows that Broderick is so much more comfortable playing on that side because that's where he played in high school. That's where he played in college, and that's what he was drafted to be here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Plus, you also have to take into account here that he played with an elbow injury last season. Now, he played through it, so that's not an excuse. He should have played better through that, but now he's going to be 100% healthy, playing a position that he is more comfortable in 2025. And I think that, I can't guarantee that he's going to be a good player. He was very bad at right tackle, all right? So even if he is a little bit better at left tackle, he's going to have to be significantly better than what he was at right tackle last season if he's going to be even an average NFL starting offensive lineman. All right, so he's got a long way to go in his development this offseason. I'm not trying to sugarcoat how bad he's been in years past, but this football team believes in him. They spent a first-round pick on him. They traded up to go get him. They really do believe that in his scheme fit and Arthur Smith's outside zone style of run game. And, I think that he is certainly somebody that still has the physical capabilities to be a really good starting left tackle in this league. I believe that when they drafted him back in 2023. I still believe that to be the case now. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Do you believe in Broderick Jones? Give me your confidence level in BJ down there in the comments section. Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me down there in the comments section. If I'm being honest, my confidence level is like at a 6 right now. Certainly not great, but I do think that there is reason to be hopeful and optimistic for his future now that he is moving back over to left tackle. That'll be it for today's edition of Steelers News and Rumors. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of today's program. We got more Steelers content coming your way tomorrow, so make sure you click that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.